Morgan become the Judgment Day's Yoko Ono?
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, it's the Red Carpet Ring featuring TBK the Turnbuckle King. Got a good one for you guys today. We'll talk about the Monday Night Raw review. Talk about Liv Morgan helps Judgement. They win tag team titles. Wyatt Sick6 appear on via VHS tape. And of course, we are here talking about the bonus round as well. What's next for Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy? Now we are here live from not just YouTube, but Facebook and X. We'll be on Facebook and X for a little bit before we get to the bonus round, and then we would cut off there. And if you want to listen to more, stay on Red Carpet Ring for YouTube. So definitely, we are going to have a good one. Definitely going to talk about today. It's just very a lot of stuff going on with WWE, the storylines, everything. So the thing about it is, we had a lot of matches going on, a lot of everything going on. So we will definitely discuss it, and let's get into it. Let's talk about Raw. Now, first thing on Monday Night Raw, we will talk about Drew McIntyre. He kicked off Monday Night Raw. He talked about how he, was coming out with CM Punk. Took his bracelet. This is from the SmackDown episode. So he talks about that. He talks about how he took the bracelet, and then he said that, he knew that meant something to Punk with CM Punk's wife named AJ Lee and his dog named Larry. And he said he'll be in his corner now because Drew McIntyre has declared himself to enter into the Money in the Bank ladder match. He said he plans on winning and cash the same night just to spite Punk. And Adam Pearce later on, he told Drew McIntyre, you're going to have to earn your spot. If you want to get into a Money in the Bank match, I'm not going to just let you in there. Who you think you are? Just because you disrupt everything. He said, and you quit Raw last week, don't mean you get a spot. And McIntyre said if you don't change his mind, that he's going to continue to disrupt things until he gets what he wants. Pretty much like a Batista, give me what I want kind of vibes. That's how I feel with Drew McIntyre. But anyway, let's move on to the next part of the show. That was a good segment there to kick off Raw. Very good segment. But let's get on to another good part of Raw. Another part of Raw was we had a good match as well. We had another solid match. And the match was Braun Breaker. We know that he had a match against Louis Kaiser, but it was interrupted via disqualification. After it was interrupted by, Sheamus, the same person who was fighting Louis Kaiser, and it had interrupted by Braun Breaker. But Braun Breaker, he showed his frustration backstage because this is how the match went down. Sheamus came with a new shirt banger after banger, but he came backstage, Braun Breaker, and he talked to Adam Pearce. He's tired of interruptions. He's tired of disruptions. And he wants the Intercontinental Championship. And Sami Zayn said, anytime, any place, anywhere, name your challenge. Braun Breaker said, you know what? We going to do it at Money in the Bank. And it's going to be for the Intercontinental Championship. So we will have Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker for Intercontinental Championship at Money in the Bank. That is pretty much announced. So that's going to be a match that's on the card. As the Money in the Bank match is filling up, I might add. Let's not forget about that. It's filling up. And since it is filling up, it's a week from Saturday. We gotta remember that it's a week from Saturday, and it's definitely heating up. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen with Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn and the whole thing. But I believe that may get interrupted too. Who knows? But I'll talk more about that when I do my Money in the Bank predictions. Later on that night, we also had another match. We had the women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. We had Lyra Valkyria. She was in a triple threat match against Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. And yes, Lyra Valkyria won. It's a very solid match. Very, very solid match of these ladies. Lyra Valkyria is pretty obvious she was going to win. Shayna is there pretty much put people over at this point in her career. Kairi Sane wasn't going anywhere. So the best choice was Lyra Valkyria. So congratulations to her. Definitely doing her thing since she got to Monday Night Raw. So I like where that's going as well. So very good. Like I said, a lot of stuff, a lot of stories going on with WWE, especially Raw, the premiere show. So just try to, if there's one thing going on here, something else going on, another spot, another spot, another spot. But other than that, congratulations to Lyra Valkyria as she advances and go into the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So that's going to be solid, though. Definitely solid. And she's going to make an impact in that match, and that's undisputed.
And that is undisputed.
So that was congratulations to her again. And we'll see what happens next. Other matches we had we had the Kaden Carter and Katana fight, Albert Fry and Isla Dawn. They defeated them. Non-title match. Karrion Kross had a match as well. He had a match against Kofi Kingston. He defeated him. Very solid performance from him. But like I said, those are minor stories. We'll get to other stories too. We'll also talk about Seth Rollins and Damian Priest. They talk about the upcoming title match and Money in the Bank. That was announced last week. And Damian Priest, he wanted to prove that he could hold it down his own. No Judgment Day needed. None of that for that matter. So, and Seth Rollins came out and said he wanted to up the ante. They played a little video of his career and then Seth returning. What he did was Seth Rollins said, hey, I see that you want to one-up me. I'm going to one-up you this week. He said, how about we add a little more stipulation to it? Meaning, if you do beat me, I will no longer compete for the World Heavyweight Championship as long as Damian Priest is champion. So this is pretty much raising the stakes in this case. And since he did do that, he told Damian Priest, getting on about the whole you need Judgment Day. Then Damian Priest put a caveat saying Judgment Day needs me more than I need them. We gotta remember those words. Damian Priest may end up eating those words. The Judgment Day needs me more than I need them. But Seth Rollins said something interesting too. If I do beat you and win the World Heavyweight Championship, not only is Seth Rollins will become the champion, Damian Priest will have to leave Judgment Day. And I was like, wow, they really raised the stakes on this one.
Tell me you did not just say that.
So that is crazy. Those are the stakes on that one. Definitely raising the stakes. Shine Meow said, wow, salute to you. But these are stakes raised for Seth and Damian. So Damian does not, and RP do not retain the world title. Not only he won't be champ no more, he won't be part of Judgment Day no more. So this is really challenging Damian as a champion. Then later Gunther came out saying, both of you guys, he gave their respect to both Seth Rollins and Damian. He said he's going to still face whoever the winner is at Money in the Bank, whoever that winner is at SummerSlam, because he's guaranteed a title match due to Gunther winning King of the Ring. Then that was a good segment there. Very good segment. Very good segment. Let's get to more parts of the show. Speaking of Money in the Bank. We also had another match going on. Another match of the night where it caused people to compete and qualify. And yes, Chad Gable, he wins. Chad Gable, despite, showing that he was taken out, aka deleted. We saw the blood on him last week from the Wyatt Sick6 debuting. He had a triple threat match against two big men, Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. Very good match. I like the dive from Bronson Reed, the power of both Braun, who was dominating. Chad Gable saw that Braun was being attacked by Judgment Day. He was distracted. He laid Bronson Reed out, and he did the moonsault. That was it, 1, 2, 3. And afterwards, Chad was, he was, approached by the Wyatt6 who took him out. So that tells me they may even try to cost him the Money in the Bank ladder match. I'm seeing it now because this is very important here. Because like I said, Chad Gable did qualify, but he went backstage after he saw this happen. He tried to talk to Alpha Academy. He tried to apologize. He said, we're family. We didn't mean it. We stick together. And Otis said, nothing's changed from what I said last week. We are family till you hurt Maxine, and mainly Maxine. He meaning we're done. That's it. And Otis still saying the same thing. And then he turns to the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile. And I said this before. I think he's going to link up with the Creed brothers, and he really won't go into heel mode as he tried to get back with Alpha Academy, but to no avail. No avail. That sucks, though. But we'll see what happens next with the Chad Gable storyline. Very interesting storyline. So you guys let me know what you think of these storylines because it is heating up in WWE. Meanwhile, after this, we had Liv Morgan. She came out taunting Dom, still bothering Dom. She's still saying, that she sent him gifts backstage, some non-PG photo, as they say. And then later on, we had not just that. I think Selena Vega came out. She had a good segment. She says she's not chasing Dirty D. She's trying to chase becoming WWE Women's World Champion. She challenged Liv Morgan to a match next week, on Raw. Then we saw that while she's talking to Dom, Liv attacks Selena Vega as this been very heated up. Then Rey Mysterio comes into the fold. He gets Liv off of Selena. Then Dom pushes he pushes his dad off of Liv. Liv seems so happy that he was defending her, being happy. And Dom said, I wasn't trying to do nothing for you. I'm just trying to, he just don't like his deadbeat dad, as he said. Very good segment, though. Very good segment of that. As this is heating up. And these are the gifts also that she sent them, the photos showing there at the bottom still. Chicken nuggets eating, they're playing video game backstage. Damian Priest like, what's going on? You can clearly see Damian don't have no control with Judgment Day, nowhere near like what Rhea did when she was in WWE before she ended up getting injured. So this is crazy though. Definitely interesting to see what's going to happen next in storyline. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. Let's move on with the rest of the show. Now, we also had a title match. Later that night. It was Awesome Truth defending the tag team belts against, Judgment Day of defending JD. As we know, they lost. And they lost due to Liv Morgan distracting R-Truth. And it shows that they were all holding belts at the end of the show. This was very, very crucial. But this is very interesting to see what's going to happen next. With Liv Morgan in the Judgment Day, I believe she's going to take over. And I basically going to call this the new Judgment Day. That's pretty much what we're going to call it at this point. Liv, Finn, JD, Damien's still champion. You got Dom, and I think she's literally taking everything away from Rhea Ripley. Very solid match. I knew once this was going on that Awesome Truth was going to lose the belts. Matter of time. Other than that, that was the end of Raw. Most important segments. And of course, we'll talk more the Wyatt Sick6 as well. Let's talk about that real quick. Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas trying to figure out who he is. You know, him and his brother supposed to take over as he said, and everything was taken away. So we're trying to figure out what's the next step for Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas. It's going to be a very important part of this story. But I could tell there's a very emotional part. I'll talk more about this in the bonus round, but it's a good segment here. Very good segment. Other than that, that was all of Raw mainly. And we'll get to the review of Raw. My Raw review was very excellent. 5 out of 5. Very good segments of the show. The Seth and Damian, the Wyatt Sick6 story, Liv Morgan, Dom Mysterio. You know, the new tag team champions Judgement Day. We also had the men's and women's qualifying Money in the Bank ladder matches. I mean, the two qualify for the matches. Drew McIntyre kicking off the show. Braun Breaker, Ludwig, and Sheamus, and the whole Intercontinental Championship between Braun and Sammy. Albert Fry and Isla Dawn defeated Katana Chance and Kane Carter. Karrion Kross defeating Kofi Kingston. So very solid show. Last, we are going to move on to the bonus round. Talk about that real quick. And we'll talk about Bo Dallas. Stick around. We will say our goodbyes to Facebook and X, as you got to cover more at Red Carpet Ring on YouTube. So let's get to that right now. All right. We are here at the bonus round. We're going to talk about what's next for Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy and the rest of the Wyatt Sick6. Now, we know there was a VHS tape given to Michael Cole by pretty much Nikki Cross. Let's call it what it is. You know, he got a tape there. This is Uncle Howdy talking to Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas, he said something very, very important here. He said that doing this promo, it started off saying it showed that Uncle Howdy was interviewing Bo Dallas, and then Howdy questioned Dallas on how he felt since his brother Bray Wyatt passed away, which was last August. He was asking how he felt about him, and he was saying that he felt like the whole act was exploitative of him passing away. Bo Dallas said that his dream to be on top of the game alongside his brother was taken away from him, and they thought he was forgotten. And Dallas said, you know what? Everyone's going to remember them. I mean, he had a good clip when he said that, very good clip when he said that.
They wanted to forget about me. They wanted to forget about all of us.
See, that's how Dallas felt. And then he said they're not going to be forgotten. But he said last week that was said, but they're going to make sure that everybody will remember them. But it's crazy that they brought up Bray Wyatt's passing. I thought that was very personal when they brought up that Bray Wyatt's passing. You could tell the hurt and emotion through Bo Dallas. Man, he even looks like Bray Wyatt. So rest in peace to Bray Wyatt, man. We miss him. We definitely miss him. Definitely great talent. When you could see that I didn't know this was going to bring up Bray Wyatt's passing, and the angle could be seen as a bad situation, bring that up, trying to profit off that, going off the real life passing of Bray Wyatt. So I think they have to bring that in to make it much more personal and to make sure that this is real with the storyline and to make it more pure, to say the least. And I think that's where they was going with it. And it's definitely getting more pure and way more personal than ever. Like I said, you could tell the hurt when he was upset and everything. And I think the next step will be for Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy and everything, that Bo Dallas going to take everything personal. And he will also continue to make his impact in WWE alongside Wyatt Sick6. And pretty much anyone who wronged them, anyone did anything wrong to them or any matter, they're going to make them feel that. That's why I feel like it's going to go with the whole Wyatt Sick6 and Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt. I feel like that's where it's going to be headed towards to. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for that. So, like I said, we remember Uncle Howdy. This was the last character that was done with Bray Wyatt before he passed. And it was a very, very, very good storyline where it was headed to. This was a new thing. We know Bray Wyatt took a couple months off due to a health reason. Turns out it was COVID. He had a heart condition. He was on the defibrillator, everything. So it was, man, I would go imagine how this would go if Bray was still here. They continue to work in his legacy. Like I said, I think Bo Dallas is going to definitely get more personal. This is going to be the most personal we ever see Bo Dallas, the most personal we ever see. This story is going to continue to add layers. He's going to get more personal. You're going to see probably a side of him that we never seen, a very dark side of Bo Dallas, not just the Uncle Howdy thing, but just Bo Dallas, period. And I think they're going to play off the whole, remember Bray Wyatt, then he was the Fiend, two different sides of the coin. You had the happy-go-lucky Bray Wyatt in the fun playhouse, and then you had the dark, the Fiend, let me in. Now I think that's where they're kind of going with Bo Dallas. You get Bo Dallas, the regular character who feels bad, then you get the more darker Uncle Howdy, which we clearly know is Bo Dallas. I think we're going to get two different characters of the same person, similar to how Bray Wyatt and the Fiend was. It's just going to be Bo Dallas now, not Bray Wyatt, and I think it's going to add much, much layers to the whole storyline. Keon and Marcia RP Bray Wyatt, absolutely. Yes, but I think they're going to continue that storyline and that character of that way, and I think it'll be very beneficial to do it that way because it's the closest you're going to get to a Bray Wyatt, because we know Bo's his brother. He looks like Bray, and he was Uncle Howdy. So I think this would be a good way to mix all that together. I don't think it's a bad idea, but like I say all the time, everything depends on booking. You got to keep that in mind. Every booking is everything, because if the booking do go wrong and the book is not done correctly, it will lead to a very bad storyline. And that's what we do not want ultimately. We want this to be great. We want this to go to the next level. We want this to be something that the fans will enjoy, and definitely something the fans will remember in a good light. But other than that, though, this is going to be a very good one with Bray Wyatt. Legacy being remembered this way. So, but the thing about it is, they came after Chad Gable. They come after anyone. I think this is going to target anybody for that matter. Little Fettuccine 68 said, welcome to the ring. You said who and Wyatt Sick feud with first? I would say Jey Uso, because the whole Firefly thing, he actually mocked them. And they're going to continue to come after Chad Gable, because I don't think that's far from over. We saw that, even when Chad Gable won, we saw, he won his match. We saw how they came out him afterwards. We saw how, they was coming to after his celebration like this. So Wyatt Sick is not going anywhere. So I would say definitely Chad Gable and Jey Uso. But other than that, though, this is going to be a good storyline. This is going to definitely heat up. Everything's going to heat up. So, like I said, it's going to change the game. It's going to definitely change the game. They're going to be the biggest stable on Raw, big stable of company for that matter. But they're exclusive to Monday Night Raw. I know there was questions to see what brand they'll be on. They'll be on Raw. I know the QR code show on SmackDown. I don't see them so much on SmackDown. I see them more on Raw. If they go to SmackDown, that's great. If they do go to SmackDown, probably be after they finish with Raw. But I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening. I could be wrong. I think, you know what? I think they could be on SmackDown. They could be branded to anything. I mean, that could affect everyone, not just Shaq Gable, not just Jey Uso, even maybe the Judgement Day, who recently just won the tag team titles. Could affect them too.
The manipulative slide. Liv Morgan pays dividends. The Judgment Day. Has that woman, Liv Morgan, become the Judgment Day's Yoko Ono?
I say it can affect them at some point. So let's not forget about that. Judgment Day, we just recently won the tag team titles with the help of Liv Morgan. They defeated Awesome Truth. But like I said, they said that they were Raw, but I believe it could be just anybody. I think they're going to appear on both brands. So I know I said Raw last week. I will say Raw and SmackDown. So they could it could be both shows. You know. And it gets too wild, maybe NXT, but that's going too far. They could appear on both shows. But other than that, though, they got the characters of the Rambling Rabbit, Mercy the Buzzer, Huskus the Pig Boy, Abby the Witch, all of that. So it's going to be very, very important, very, very interesting to see what's going to happen next with the Wyatt Sick6. Very interesting. Low Fetching said, what's the end game for Liv and Judgment Day? Liv taking everything away from Rhea Ripley. That's the end game. Just her whole Liv more revenge to Rhea Ripley. But other than that, though, guys, back to the Wyatt Sick6. I think that's what's going to happen next with Wyatt Sick6. They're going to come for anybody and anybody. And this will be the more personal side we see of Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy. The more personal side and two different sides of the character. So that's what I think is going to go on regarding that. And I think it's going to be very, very, like I said, it's going to be very personal, and it's going to get more wilder than you could ever believe. Get it? And we're going to see a good side of Bo Dallas. We're going to see a character. We're going to see probably maybe the best character development of him. With that being said, like I said, the Wyatt Sick6 ain't nothing to mess with. They are taking out anybody. They even had a VHS tape. So they're going to affect everybody in WWE, not just certain people. It's just when you cross paths with them, if they cross you, just be on the lookout, see what's going to happen next. That's all I can say regarding that stable. The stable's going to be on a whole nother level regardless of that. Whole nother level. They're not going to play any games. They're not going to play around at all. So do not try them. You don't want to test these guys. I wouldn't, at least. I wouldn't want to test them because you're gonna regret it. You'll definitely regret it in the long run. And it's gonna be something memorable. So don't mess with Bo Dallas. Don't mess with Wyatt Sick6. These guys can come for everything. Definitely come for anything. So that's gonna be good. Lil Fat Gene said, when will Wyatt Sick6 have their first match? Good question. I would say possibly, if not I don't see Money in the Bank happening since it's a week from Saturday. It's kind of too close. I would say maybe SummerSlam. Thomas Wilson, salute to you. He said, has anyone noticed that the four men in the Money in the Bank so far haven't won a world title? Hoping this delivery, and we are making a new start through this. Yeah, that's the whole thing of Money in the Bank, similar to a Royal Rumble and similar to King of the Ring. You want to build a new star, and you want to build a future world champion. But yeah, that's the whole point of it. And as you see with the creative wrestler Triple H and others, that they're definitely turning things around compared to has it been with Vince McMahon for many, many years. But other than that, though, I think it's gonna be a good storyline. Wyatt Sick6, I got high hopes for it. I know we waited a long time for these guys. I know everyone was anticipating what's gonna happen next. I think it's gonna really be good, and I think it's gonna be worth the wait. If you guys let me know in the comment section, live chat, I think it's going to be worth the wait at the end of the day. And it's going to be very, very intriguing storylines and definitely good long-term booking. And that first start with Chad Gable and Jey Uso. And they're going to move their way to attack people and have rivals with people on SmackDown as well, as they have a lot of stories going over there as well. So keep your eyes out for Wyatt Sick6. It's going to be something enjoyable, interesting, and very, very, very dark. And that's all I have regarding bonus round. What's next for Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy and Wyatt Sick6? What is the next step for Bo Dallas? You guys in the comment section, live chat, let me know. What do you think of the bonus round here with Wyatt Sick6? And also Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy. It's going to be interesting. Who had a better impact last week? Wyatt Sick6 and Faker Jacob 5-2. About one the same. They both had an equal impact. Both equal. Thomas Wilson said Bo Dallas underrated. I think he could play a massive part in the company farther down the line as a solo. Yeah, that's what I said. This going to be a very good character development of Bo Dallas. He's going to take it to the top. I believe he's going to do whatever he can to take that whole character and the storyline to the top. So you guys let me know what you think. So I appreciate that. It's going to definitely be interesting. Soon 2 videos will pop up. One will be Wyatt Sick6, the best, newest stable. Next video will be Roxanne Perez, next challenger for her title. And until then, it is OUNT.